to the Wager Makers Podcast with Webb and Schmidt.
Brick by brick, baby. I'm freaking out, Webb.
I was told there'd be no man. Stupidity's going to be an asset. What a bunch of crybabies.
Hello, my name is Steve Smith, and this is Rob Weber. Say hey, Webb.
Hello, hello. What's up, Smith?
What's up, Webb? What's up? Smith, that's Webb, and we are the Wager Makers. Thank you all for joining us. We took a little week off. I was out of town for a few days there. We kept the picks coming. We kept them free picks going out there. Some of them were good. Some of them were not. Hopefully you got on the ones that were good and faded the ones that weren't. So I don't know what to tell you. So we gave a lot of them. College didn't go too good. The pros went pretty good for us this week. But anyway, Webb, this is Wager Maker Podcast number 107.
107. So that's 107 days we've been doing this at least, huh? Wow. Who knew? Who'd have thought?
107 hours. 107.
Yeah. Right.
Not including the behind the scenes.
Absolutely.
You don't get to see all that
the
kind
research, the work that's put in. Number 7. First thing that came to mind was John Elway. I think we're pretty big. I guess every kid was a pretty big John Elway fan back in the day. There was no reason not to really like the Broncos. And he seemed like he was always doing something, throwing the ball 1,000 yards in the air, running and diving or doing something. And he damn sure looked the part. He just looked. He was big and strong. And even played baseball too. So it was cool. There's a rumor that he was going to go to the Yankees back in the day. So I'm sure there's some other 7s out there. That maybe Mickey Mantle, I think. I don't know. Maybe. Was he number 7?
Well, Mickey Mantle's number 7. So he's one of the greatest of all time, obviously.
Yeah, I got no problem giving up to the Mickey either. He liked the sauce too. So that's even
that's
better,
the old school guys, the old Billy Martins, Joe DiMaggio.
Better. Yeah, that's right. A beer and a brawl.
The modern day Instagram models, that we talked about last week, DiMaggio, Dayton, Marilyn Monroe, and all that.
That's right.
So, so number 7, John Elway, to me, like in our lifetime, he was the first like dual threat kind of guy, and before you could really run, but he had athletic ability where he could run the ball and also had the cannon. Like you said, he was I think he was drafted by the Yankees.
Yeah, I believe he was.
And, so obviously had the arm to play and really the athletic ability.
Yeah, I mean he was big too, so he could run. Like he wasn't one of these smaller guys. He was big and kind of run you over and run past you. I think he might have used the Yankees against somebody type thing. I want to say maybe the Colts were going to draft him or something like that, but he used the Yankees as a threat.
Kind of acted like he was going to go to baseball if somebody drafted him.
Right. I think if memory serves, again, that was a long time ago. But yeah, Elway was incredible. And those games against against the Browns were incredible. It was just all good.
Right. Yep, always good. And then obviously he didn't get his rings until later on in his career, until he got some Terrell Davis, but he was a one-man show for a long time. But Webb, I just since we brought up Elway and number 7, this wasn't even planned on purpose. So I got a list of quarterbacks here that was on Facebook the other day, and they asked everybody to kind of rank them from 1 to 7.
Okay.
All right. And I know I rank usually like Dan Marino was very high on the list just for his arm and the way he played. Elway is way high on my list. I know everybody looks at Joe Montana as one of these awesome guys, but in my eyes, he's not. I like those other 2 guys better. Anyway, the list of 7, if you want to look at it, is Tom Brady,
right?
Dan Marino, and this isn't in any order. This is just Joe Montana,
right.
Peyton Manning, Brett Favre, John Elway, and your boy Roger Staubach, who shouldn't even be on this. He's somewhere just behind these guys.
This is a pretty easy ranking for me.
All right, so what you got? I'll let you know what matched mine and what didn't.
Brady's number 1,
obviously.
Number 2 is how many rings does Montana have here? 3, 4?
Probably got 4 or something, right?
All right, he's got to be number 2. Number 3 is Elway. Number 4 is Captain America. Number 5.
That's a homer right there.
Number 5 is look at the numbers. At number 5 is Dan Marino. Number 6 is Manning, and number 7 is Favre.
Wow. All right. I had your boy at number 7. I had your guy.
Yeah, that's just the anti-homer.
No, I just he's good. He's a good quarterback, good team. Well, he ran the show on a good team for a long
He
time.
was as good as any of these other guys.
Right. All right. Well, I got Brady, obviously. I put Peyton Manning as number 2.
Oh, fuck him.
But I don't know about that. I probably should put
no.
But I had Elway as number 3, and then Montana as 4, and Marino as 5, and Favre is 6, and Staubach at 7. Anyway.
How many rings does Elway have? 2?
Elway's got
just the
2.
one.
I think Elway's got 2 back to back, right?
I think, yeah, because they shocked Favre the one year, right? That was a huge upset.
Right. They beat Green Bay. But then
I remember that. I had a party at my house.
They beat, like the Falcons. I think they beat the Falcons, I believe, in a Super Bowl.
Probably. That was the Dirty Birds. Yeah, so Elway might be closer to. I had him at 3 anyway. That's a close race there. But he did have help too at that point in his career. But Montana was certainly not a one-man show. But he just won. He was just clutch. I mean, I hated Guts. Don't get me wrong. That takes a lot for me to put him as number 2. But that's a pretty funky bunch there. But I like my rankings better than yours. So.
All right, fair enough. So, the funny thing is, so we skipped the week, right? So they don't think it's that big of a deal. Skip a week, whatever. The news, the news cycle in this NFL and college football and the sports world just goes fast, man. It's almost like some of the stuff we're going to talk about seems like it's old news now.
It makes it funny, like even though like the old days of a newspaper. Like a Sunday paper, like would have big news in it or something. But it may have, like, how was Sports Illustrated monthly?
Monthly, I believe.
I used to get it monthly. Jeez, I mean, how outdated? Like a month from now, you don't even.
By the time you read the article on a guy, it's like he might have been just gone by that point.
Knows what? Jeez, I mean, that's like literally, like you said, like the Elway coach, not Elway, the Gruden and Coach O shit is like ancient history now, and that was like some Coach O shit happened today, and even there's still news about it. But it seems like it just ages ago. That's funny. It's crazy.
So the big news when we left, Coach O, man, we've been talking about it, Webb. Coach O, we talked about it in like early in the season, man. Yes. I don't even know if he's here. You know, he's dating Instagram models. He's doing this
in hot tubs,
and
smoking cigars.
We saw like Kirk Herbstreit on game day in the morning saying like I'm not even sure if this team's going to come play.
Right. Yeah.
And we called that shit early in the season. Coach O, you got to go. You got to do something. Doing blow off Instagram models' butts. I don't know if he's doing that, but you know,
there was definitely some of that around. There's no doubt.
There's ways to do these things, Webb, for guys, high profile guys, where you can be cool and incognito about it. Right. You know, you don't have to be hooked up with a girl that's going to take a picture of you while you're sleeping in bed, no shirt on. You know what I mean?
Put it out, right, and stick it out there, right.
You know, we talked about Urban Meyer and his deal with his, girl.
Well, he got ramrodded. That was some bullshit right there.
So anyway, both of these guys, like Coach O, now it's like he's going to get $17 million a year to not do anything. Even to the point where I think this week, Webb, you sent me a text today that Coach O, they're not even practicing.
There's not enough guys for practice. Literally, there's probably 200 kids that they dress. Like, again, granted, as you get lower on that list, you know, there may be an injury, but there's 100 kids at least that are on scholarship that can practice.
Cancel practice. Like they couldn't get nothing done. They couldn't let. We got a bye week. Let's let some young kid get some run. You know what I mean?
Right. Put the backup QB in. I do a gold and white game or whatever you want to call it.
Purple down here would be purple and gold. It would be purple and gold.
Sorry, gotcha. Right.
So you think something like that would happen? No, listen, guys. Take 5. I'll catch you next Monday. We'll get the scouting report together and we'll get ready for.
We'll have some film for you to watch. Right. Yeah.
Especially. He just got smoked by Ole Miss. You know,
they're not like they don't even look like anything. It's like it's to the point where like dudes better be like these high profile parents of these high profile dude. Listen, just come here. You're gonna get hurt. Just come on, stop. You're gonna get hurt.
Yep. Well, that's what we talked about it early on, and I talked about it. I think after like when we first started seeing those pictures come around of Coach O, and I brought it up like okay, there might be some kid that's like, man, that's a party place. I'm want to go there. That's one thing.
Right.
But there's a lot of these kids with their parents. They're basically handing their kids off to some guy to take care of them.
100%.
Do you want them to go see Dabo, or do you want them to go to Coach O?
Or Nick Saban? Right. Any of these. The list is. Even then you start. That's when a mid-major is going to get involved, or even the dude at Tennessee or one of these guys who are kind of leaders of men type thing. This dude literally won a championship and has from that next day has completely shirked any responsibility or any obligation that he had to his players, his employers, the universe, anything.
Highest paid person in the state of Louisiana.
Right. And hasn't worked a day since Burrow, since what is it, January 4th, whatever the date, January 14th of whatever year. I think Burrow's in his second year. Joe Burrow's in his second year.
The defensive backs coach gets paid more. I heard this today. Gets paid more than the governor of Louisiana. The secondary coach gets paid more than the governor of Louisiana.
That's a tough job.
Like I say, this is his hometown team. He's a LSU Tiger. Go Tigers. Go Tigers.
Yeah, he's
every
a
time.
boy.
So really, he reached the pinnacle of his career, and instead of taking that and be like, man, I can turn this in. I can be the Bear Bryant of Louisiana.
Right. I can parlay this. Yep.
Right. No, he just did. Listen. Human nature.
He jumped in. The devil. There was an angel and the devil. That angel just got shot down. He just full feet. I'm going on the.
So I did this. I had Joe Burrow come here. We won a championship one year.
I stepped in.
He's telling me I can do all this stuff, and you're just going to pay me $18 million,
$17 million, right? And he could have went the other. But listen, I could leave a legacy here. I could turn this into the next. Fuck Alabama. I'm going to turn LSU, put them on the map for the next 30, 40 years. They'll be talking about me, like I said, like Bear Bryant, especially in my home state. Right. They'll be naming alligators after me. The whole thing.
Right. So, that didn't work out for Coach O. So Coach O's going to have to go. Look, he'll still have a lot of money. He can fool around, do whatever he wants to do, but whatever.
That's before I forget it. This comes to mind. I'm not a big Tomlin fan, Mike Tomlin, but did you see that that was a great press conference when the lady they asked him if he was going to take you to the LSU. He goes, never say never, but never. And he goes, do you ask Sean Payton this? Do you ask Andy Reid these questions? Why are you asking me that? No.
So what's your take? I liked it because he was off. He was act pissed off and walked off.
I applaud him for that. I thought that was great. Again, I think he kind of lets the players kind of roll. There's a bunch of stuff going on over there. For that supposed to be a buttoned up franchise, there's always some knuckleheads running around over there. Between Ben Roethlisberger, AB, and the other knucklehead running back, whatever his name was.
Yeah. Le'Veon Bell, but yeah. I like Tomlin. I always like his press conferences. Seems like a no nonsense guy.
Well, no bullshit,
there's always nonsense going on.
Smart. He's witty, he's intelligently dicky. You know what I mean?
Right. So
not like Rodgers. Not like Rodgers. He's not arrogant about it. He's just kind of pissed off.
But it's funny. The thing I was reading the Sports Illustrated on Facebook today kind of made it sound like them asking him. Why the fact that they asked him and not Andy Reid and Sean Payton and stuff was like a racial fucking thing. It's like, dude, wouldn't it be more racial if you said
you didn't ask him,
if you didn't act like he was a candidate for a job,
right,
you know what I mean? So I don't know, but it was funny that his response to it was funny. He just got up and he told them some shit and just got, that's enough. I'm getting up. I'm leaving this shit.
Yeah, and typically when big guys do that, it's kind of maybe a little contrived and a little just grumpy old. It comes off very grumpy old man. With him, it didn't. It just came out. Listen, this is bullshit. Right. I'm out of here.
Yeah, and I got a big game this week.
Right, and I'm totally on his side. Yeah, he's right. Get the fuck out. Fuck that question.
Right. So move us on to the Gruden gone. Now the Raiders, owner and all they're saying, well, okay, so you uncovered 650,000 emails of this organization, and the only ones that have come out have been of John Gruden saying a couple things that were not a couple of shitty things, which nobody's sticking up for Gruden in this situation. What I'm saying is, with all these, I think the owners and even Goodell came out and said, no, we found everything we want to find. We're moving on. And the employees of the Washington football team who kind of brought this thing to light are like, wait a minute, what do you mean this is it? This is not even close to what we were even looking for in this thing.
I don't know. I'm no fucking lawyer. I don't know. But I'm thinking that if they come out with this stuff publicly now, that's going to hinder their case against whatever's going on with the Redskins. I don't know. Certainly I understand what the employees are saying. I don't know. And I guess the Raiders' point is, if you're going to, kind of black eye us. Let's just black eye everybody and bring, let's show everybody's being an asshole. I don't know if I agree with that. I certainly agree with these, these employees, whatever, the whole shenanigans or whatever was going on there. But I would assume maybe they need that to build their case. I don't know if that goes public. Does that hinder their case or whatever they're trying to do?
Maybe that's the case. But it sounded like Goodell's kind of like, okay, well, we found some shit on Gruden. We're moving on, and So
I guess didn't the NFL send that to the Raiders? But I guess somehow the New York Times got. So I guess the Raiders.
Well, that's what they did. And they kind of said, look, do with it what you think you should. And I think he was obviously in a had no choice but to say, okay, Gruden, we're gone, because this is going to come out in the New York Times next week. And if I don't do anything about it, it's like I'm complicit in the whole situation. So
he was deservedly fired. I mean, he was, it was systemic. We talked about this. It was too much. It was too much to have an employee in a position of leadership. I mean, it's crazy.
So it just seems though there's probably tons more shit out there, and some of these owners are probably like, listen, I don't want to get
right. Don't
like I don't want to get involved where everybody starts digging. Even like Jerry Jones today said, look, I think it's fine what we're doing. We're done with. It's done.
Right. Let's just we got
because the last thing all these guys want is for them to check every one of their text messages and phone calls and emails.
It's like 12:30 at night after a game after 75 bourbons.
Right. And the billionaires.
You're right. It's the guy
the old man billionaires club gets to talking.
Exactly. And the guy they just gave $100 million to. Yeah.
Fumbled the ball.
Yeah, throws a pick six. I'm sure there was no nasty. There's nothing going back and forth then.
So anyway. I don't know. We can talk a little bit. Let's talk a little bit about our stats and our scores if you want.
Yeah, let's get to the picks and
the
see how we did
and all that kind of stuff. I have one beef to pick. I know it's one of your least favorite teams is the Philadelphia Eagles. So I went to Las Vegas 2 weeks ago, and the first night I get there, it's the Thursday night game, Webb. Thursday night, it was again, this seems like a year ago now.
Right. I'm struggling to remember it.
But this has been under my skin since then. It was the Eagles, and was it Tampa they played, I think, on a Thursday night?
Yes.
The line was 7. And I think I'm on the Tampa Bay, if that's who they were playing.
Tampa Bay beat Philly by 6, 28-22 in Philly on Thursday, October.
By 6. You know why? Because they were up by 14.
Yeah.
And on one of the last few plays of the game, the Eagles score a touchdown.
Right. Like garbage.
And what do? Mr. Analytics. What's this guy's name?
Nick Sirianni.
Sirianni is Mr. Analytics.
Right.
All right. And look, I get this whole thing where sometimes you got to go for it on 4th down, where for years you didn't do it.
Right.
And it's a better thing to go for it on 4th and 1, 4th and 2.
That I kind of, some of it I get.
I get some of that. It's the percentages are the percentages.
Right.
But I don't care what fucking analytics you watch. If you're down by 14 fucking points,
right,
you kick the extra fucking point. And maybe they're saying, well, you make the 2-point conversion 66% of the time. So if we make it one, we're going to have to go for it one of these 2 times.
Right.
Whatever. I guess that's their thinking.
Oh, so if you miss it that time, you're going to go for it and then tie it up.
One of the 2, you're going to make it. Maybe you make 2 of them and you win the game.
You win. Right.
And that's what I'm thinking.
Yeah, so they go for it again. So they weren't going to go for 2 next, but they would have won it anyway.
Well, they would have won it without next time, right?
Yeah.
Right. So that's the thinking behind it analytically.
Right.
Now, what I'm telling you is, motherfucker.
All right, that's bullshit.
I got laying 7 points. When you're going down by 14,
right?
That's
the rules.
Getting 7.
Right.
I'm
laying 7.
At least I'm gonna tie. At least I'm a push.
Right,
right? Look, I hope they don't get in. But I'm gonna get a push out of this.
Right. I'm not getting hurt.
And then they come out and set up for 2, and make it. And then they make it.
Well, that's right. They're making it. That's
for nothing. And that's what I'm gonna say. Okay, Mr. Analytics, your team is 2-4.
Right.
2-4.
How's that working out?
If you're doing this kind of stupid shit, no wonder your team's 2-4, because everywhere around the facility all day long you're doing stupid shit.
Right.
You're shit. You do it. Practice is stupid. The people you have in the positions are stupid. If you're doing this kind of stupid ass shit, you're fucking all the things you're doing.
You're stupid.
and you costing me money the first I fly into Las Vegas Thursday afternoon.
Vegas. Right.
Thursday afternoon, I fly into Las Vegas.
First bet. Yeah.
First bet of the weekend, and you set it off with this fucking shit.
It's bullshit, right?
This is 2 weeks ago. 3 weeks ago, I think now.
Still pissed. Yeah. The 14th.
14th. 2 weeks ago. 2 full weeks ago, and I'm still like you caused my you set my Las Vegas trip.
Right, you're already down
the rope.
Right. Unnecessarily.
I mean, but you wonder your team is 2-4. It's because you're doing stupid shit.
Right.
And this is one of them.
You're stupid.
All right. Thank you.
I agree. No, I agree. It's you know.
We got NBA came out this week. Webb, any early observations of the NBA?
I'm glad the Lakers look ridiculous. I mean, that's about it. I don't know what's going. I mean, it's bizarre. I don't know what's going. I mean, Kyrie is not playing. Ben Simmons, it just looks like a 12-year-old girl whose feelings are hurt. Like they made Kevin Durant look like mature and doesn't have thin skin. You know what I mean? Like they make him look like he's the solid rock of the whole thing.
Like Durant and Harden are like stand-up guys.
Right. No, these are right. They're like, the leaders of men and shit. These other guys, that's how bad these two other fools are. They're making Kevin Durant, who whines about everything, like talked about somebody's mom or somebody's wife or something last year at some point because he said something bad on Twitter about him. Now he's looking like a mature dude in the room. He's the adult in the room now. Because of Kyrie and Ben Simmons.
My favorite thing about the NBA so far, Webb, is watching the Lakers look like the group of old-ass men at the Y.
Oh, yeah. Right.
So you got LeBron. He's the leader of the old-ass men at the Y. Right. But they also have Westbrook. They have Rondo. They have DeAndre Jordan.
Dwight Howard.
They have Dwight Howard. And they have, to top it off, they have Carmelo Anthony.
That's the other one. Right.
This is awesome. This
Not
is
a lot of defense
fun because there's no way they're going to make it through this fucking season.
They can't.
Without drama and everything.
And what's the rate? I think they beat.
They're 2-2. They're 2-2.
They just beat. I had them last night. They beat the Spurs in overtime. The Spurs are going to be. I mean, what is there? 30 teams. They're going to be a top. Like those 4 teams. They're one of the worst, top 5 worst teams in the league. The Spurs.
So we'll see how it turns out for them.
Who else they played? Pull it up, bro. You got it. Let me see if I can pull it. Because they lost to some shabby fucking teams.
They play the Thunder tonight.
Yeah.
They're beating the Thunder by 15, but I think LeBron's out, isn't he?
LeBron. Thunder. Yeah, of course. Well, of course. How could he not be out?
So the Lakers lost opening night at home to the Warriors.
Right. That's right. It's
not like it's Warriors are actually good. I like the Warriors. They're
okay.
Steph Curry has impressed me more in the last 2 years than he did his whole career. Then they got beat by 10 to the Suns.
Then they
beat the Grizzlies by 3 at home.
Right.
And then they lost. They won in overtime, so they're 2-2 to the Spurs. But they're winning tonight. They'll be 3-2. But I just think they're comical watch. Even Dwight Howard and AD got in a little altercation on the bench.
Yeah. It didn't take long. Yeah.
It's gonna be fun to watch these old guys kill each other by the time the season's over. So,
Jeez.
All right. So we'll talk a little bit about our pools and stuff real quick.
All right, let's get into that.
All right. Wager Maker Survivor pool. Down to 12 teams, still hanging 12 out of 41.
I thought it was 13. We also lost somebody last week.
We lost one in the last week or so.
Okay.
I'm not sure what they lost on. Okay. In the Wager Makers college football pick'em, last week 7-3 when it was Polish. Little Saint.
He's killing it.
He did, but he had a bad week. The week in between, I think Polish had a rough week. So he's still in first. Well, yeah, he's still in first place, but it's tight, bro. It's tight. We got Polish. He's number 1 with 46 wins. MK 17. I don't know who that is has 45. Scott Wheatley's right there with 45 and 35 record. D Saints fan has 43. Rev G has 43. I have 43, and you have 40. That's the top 7. And I'll even shout out to my man Lojo. He's 39 and 41.
And when does this end? This ends fairly soon. Well, I guess
regular season. We got a few more weeks yet, I guess.
Yeah, but it's going to end before Thanksgiving, right? I think. Because there's only a couple games. We'll figure it out.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I guess I have to look and see on the thing how it's set up, and we can
It
decide.
says week 15, but I mean, I don't know. Because there's not going to be 10 games. I don't think there's going to be 10 games Thanksgiving. I don't think. That's like
Okay,
Mississippi State.
consider-
Ole Miss.
Right now, this week coming up is considered week 9 as far as
And it goes to week 15. So
week 15 is December 7th to 13th, but that's only Army Navy. And then week 14 is like some championship games, I think. Maybe it includes that. You know what I mean? I think week 14 might be the conference championships. We'll include that. We'll include that.
Well, yeah, as long as they're going to give us shit to play, we'll play. That's all.
All right. So that's going on with that. In the fantasy football league, Bishop Sycamore was Trace Scruggs is 6-1. Ampipe Bulldogs, which is Todd and Lojo Lewis, they're 5-2, and I take them on this week, Webb.
But it's just nonsense. Like, what happened? You don't have to put players in because you're on. That's just nonsense.
I'm not blaming Lojo for that. I'm blaming Todd Lewis for that. I think the intern also fell asleep at the wheel with the bye weeks last week.
He gave up. I don't even think he listens anymore. I don't even know why he's in there. I don't know what he's doing.
You even talk to him? Do we know him?
Yeah, I don't even know who that is anymore. So
I think maybe look, if you're a Jets fan, you just fade away, bro.
Disappear. Right.
You get geared up like this year's our year. This year's our year. Now they got the Zach Wilson as he's injured.
Mike White's starting this week. Yeah.
So I mean,
he's a Yankee fan too, so he's going to come out in like April and be like, "This is it that we're going to do it." They bought more players.
So all right, our NFL for the year, Webb, 34-32.
Listen, that's it's not bad. It's better than what's the other two assholes? The Bear and the other guy.
The Bear and Stanford Steve and the Bear.
Stanford Steve. What's their records are no? And even those guys that we look at each week, if you guys check out the ESPN.com out there, the betting tips, there's no one on there that's above 500.
Right. We're against the spread this year when you combine pros and college, 90-93. Which, hey, look, that ain't nothing. But if you paid 183 games against a spread and you're down 3 plays,
right.
Let's face it, nobody's making money. Let's face it, nobody's making money on this shit. If you believe that shit, you're fucking falling for it. We're 90-93 against the spread. You can have some fun. You play some.
That's a hell of a lot of entertainment for not a lot of money.
3 plays, you're down 3 plays and some VIGs.
Right.
All of that turns around right now.
That's
right.
Right.
Now,
listen, if you can, I believe it can be done, but it's not a fancy. It's not McConaughey and Pacino. If you're like an actuary who's going to live on a computer and crunch numbers 24/7 and play every percentage point, every half point, and bet a certain amount of games, you can probably eke out a living doing it. But it's just get a job and then gamble for fun.
Right. I agree completely. If you committed your life to it, you might make a.
It's not sexy. It's not fun. Right. It's a number.
It'd be work. It would be work just like any other job.
It would be hard and a lot of
chance
tedium.
to lose. There would be a chance. Only some weeks would be really bad.
Right. Tedium. A lot of tedium. A lot of numbers crunching. Anyway, we're gonna do it for you here this week. So don't even worry about it.
All right. We got numbers. We got picks. Let's go. Let's do it. What we got? Let me get back to week, whatever this is. Let's start with college, Webb. What you like?
We got a game tomorrow night. Let me pull everything up here. I do like Coastal. I know we've been kind of on them. I didn't have them. We did mention I think we did talk them last week, but they're vastly different at home on that blue field than they are on the way. Now Troy's 4-3. I understand that, and Coastal's laying 17. The thing with Coastal, they do not take their foot off the gas. So, we do need Thursday night action, although there may be a World Series game and there is NHL and NBA. But Coastal is my pick on Thursday, minus the 17.
No problem with that. Move on. Coastal, put it in.
I got Navy on the road Friday night, taking 11. I think it's 11.5 through the office. They did disappoint me the other week, but Tulsa's no juggernaut, and that's a difficult team to defend. Navy's played very well since early on in the season, even though the record doesn't reflect it. They're gonna cover that 11.
All right, fair enough. Okay, we'll get into Saturday. We got Coastal and Navy. What you got after that?
First one, there's some bigger games. The Michigan State. I like Michigan. That's just a lean. I'm gonna stay away from that. I do like Iowa, plus 3.5. at Wisconsin. I don't understand this entire season with Wisconsin. They're 4-3. This is almost, one of the head scratch. But I do like Iowa there. I like Pitt. They're talking about that coach from the quarterback from Ocean, New Jersey, being a top 10 pick. I do like Pitt -9. Miami is just right. They're talking about firing the coach now. There's a whole bunch of shit going on there. So I do like Miami. I do like Pitt versus Miami. This one's going to maybe throw you off here a little bit, Smith. I like Liberty. Freeze, and I think the kid, they say he's going to be a top 5 pick, this quarterback, Willis. They're playing UMass. That should not be in Division I football. Liberty's laying 36, but this is going to be another one that's like a 50 or 60 to a single-digit score if UMass scores at all. This is one where Liberty's going to look to get real loose. It's a little funky, I get it, 36 points, but I do like it. And then I have a big gap all the way down till nighttime where I'm skipping the Florida Georgia game, 14 points. I would lean, believe it or not, I'd lean Georgia there if I had to. I was thinking Oregon maybe a little bit too, but I do like all the way late night San Diego State at home -1 against Fresno. That's 10:30 at night. Oh, I do like BYU. I'm sorry too. 10:15 against Virginia, -2.5. Notre Dame, there's no way they should lose to North Carolina, but I think that kid Hamilton, the safety's not playing. I'm not betting this game just because it looks a little too. You know what? I may end up betting Notre Dame because Carolina's, well, they're schizophrenic, but Notre Dame's really banged up on defense. But I don't know that that's going to be enough to matter.
All right, let me give you.
I see one more 7 o'clock game. Oregon State against Cal. Oregon State -1.
All right, let me give you my picks. Maybe we'll fill in some of the blanks here.
Yep.
I've been on Baylor a few times this year. They've come through for me a couple times. I like Baylor. Let me look for them.
Texas?
Over Texas at home. Texas is not good. I think Baylor's a solid. Baylor's been a good team. I think they only have one loss.
They do
so far, if I'm not mistaken.
Yep, 6-1.
I like Baylor. I had BYU on my list and Notre Dame.
Yep.
On my list, so we'll definitely use those. I like Cincinnati, Webb. They've kind of had a couple of weeks where they were kind of struggled. I'm going to say struggle. They're still undefeated. They struggled a little bit. Tulane's quarterback got banged up last week. I don't even know if he's playing or got concussion or whatever. I think they come out this week and just
yeah, I got no problem.
Waylay.
And they need to.
They need some style points here.
Right.
You know, they've had a couple weeks where all right, they got the Notre Dame big win and a couple big wins. Now it's time. You can't be struggling against these shit teams now. Right.
We gave them the big wing hangover benefit of the doubt.
I also on the flip side, Webb, of my Sirianni speech about the Eagles, whatever the hell the guy's name is, the University of Kentucky. We had 2 weeks on the last time they played against Georgia, and this team was calling timeouts on the 1 yard line, down, getting 23 points or something like that, and calling timeouts at the 1 yard line with seconds left to score a touchdown to cover the spread. I'm going back with any team that'll do that for me. I go back with you. I'll take Kentucky this week.
That's Stoops. Yeah, he's a good coach. I wonder if he's going to get the LSU job. They're laying some points. Mississippi State is. I mean, aside from Leach and that crazy offense, I think Stoops can handle that. Yeah, I got no problem with that one either.
All right, I have Michigan but I have that in my the thing that I needed to get to 10. That's why I only went. I had BYU, I had Purdue as well, but I don't know.
I thought about them. What's that? They're home.
No, they're on the road, but they're getting some points.
Nebraska 7.5. I mean, that's a big half. Nebraska, we bet against them one time, and they played the
a couple times. We bet against them. We had Oklahoma. They played tough, and then somebody else they played tough against.
But I think they didn't cover that game. But yeah, I mean, I got no problem. I guess I'm a little bit of a closet Purdue fan. I wouldn't mind taking him. I think Nebraska sucks. That quarterback sucks. He's been there 10 years.
All right, so that rounds it out. We can use those right now. That's a lot. So here's what I got. I got Coastal and Navy.
Well, those are Thursday, Friday.
Right. I got Pitt, Iowa State.
No, Iowa.
Oh, Iowa. Yeah. Okay. Liberty,
Yeah.
San Diego State,
Yes.
Oregon State,
Yes.
BYU, Notre Dame,
Yes. Reluctantly.
Cincinnati, Kentucky, and Purdue.
Yeah,
Did I
that's
miss
not that
one of your
bad.
games that you love? Or that's
Navy,
about it?
Coastal Pitt, Liberty, Iowa, San Diego State, and then the other two I added: BYU, and Oregon State.
All right, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4,
that
5,
many.
6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
Perfect. 10-2.
10 and 2. We need that.
Yep.
Moving on to pros, Webb, I had a hard time plucking pro games.
I only have 2 games written down here. Let's pull them up.
We're gonna have to work this out here. Thursday night, I'll tell you what I do like. What I do like, Webb, I like the over Thursday night. I think even though these teams are banged up at wide receiver, I think they'll find a way to get some points scored. 50.5. It's going to be Arizona, so it's going to be basically a indoor or climate controlled basically type of thing. I don't think it ever rains where they play or anything like that. It's always good.
But nothing like that, right? Nothing like that game in Seattle.
I like the over there in Arizona.
And we got to do something. I mean, I wouldn't know where to go. It's amazing how that spread just based on Devontae Adams shifted like that. You never see a wide receiver. I mean, it's crazy. But he really, Rodgers does not really look for anybody else. I mean, he'll dump it off to the other guy, to the running back. But he ain't throwing to none of these other guys. So,
well, I think he's got a couple wide receivers might be out. That Marquez Valdez-Scantling is out.
I think he's back.
Lazard
He's not back this week. Lazard is
know.
definitely out. Lazard and the other dude are COVID. I think Scanlon might be back, I thought.
All right.
It doesn't matter.
But either way, I like the over. I like the over in that game.
Fair enough.
I think Arizona will win, but I'm not betting against
I mean, listen,
Aaron
that's
Rodgers
a
and
tough
giving him
game.
7 points.
I'm not, like I said, we're not jumping on Arizona. They're going to lose. I mean, they're not going 17, and then it's, I had if this, all things being equal, this was the game I was all over Rodgers in this until his guy is out. So
right.
50.5, it's still high. They're going to be throwing the ball around all over the place. So,
all right, move on to Sunday. Who we got?
I'll just give you the 2 I have written down. I got the Chargers written down here. They're home against somebody. There's really no order here. Against the Patriots. Patriots scored 50-something points, which is even better. I like it even more. They're flying all the way across the country. I don't know if they're going to think they're good or they're bad. I just think the Chargers haven't really. I don't know. Have they lost a couple? I think, or whatever's going on. They're looking to get right. They haven't played as good as they played early in the season. They were on the road, I think, 2 weeks in a row, so they're back home. It's less than a touchdown. I do like the Chargers.
Right, Chargers coming off a bye. Their last time they played was at Baltimore. They got smoked.
Right,
and so I think it's a good.
I think they were on the road before that as well. I think they were somewhere East Coast too. And the other game, this is funny to say, but I do like the Cincinnati Bengals laying 10.5 on the road.
Wow,
the Jets are abysmal. Mike White, how many points is Mike White going to score?
I don't know. Bengals are good. They overvalued because they went to Baltimore last week and kicked some ass. But I got no problem strictly because it's the Jets. I have no problem because it's the Jets and the Bengals aren't going to.
Their defense is vastly underrated. That's what I'd say. Jamar Chase could go for $150 in this game and 2 scores. Joe Mixon is good. The Jets, first of all, are banged up. They're just more like it's a joke. It's a joke.
Yep, fair enough. I have no problem betting against the Jets in this game.
All right, what do you got over there? I mean, I do like the Bills. 13.5 is a number. I mean, that's a
big number for a division game, but it was a crushing loss for the Dolphins last week. I think they finally thought they had to win.
They had to win,
and for the Falcons to come back and
especially the kid Tua finally did something. He had a rough start. He came in, and then that would have been a very uplifting for them. And the total's 49. I had no feel for that either. So you skipped that one.
Yeah. Well, we could. I like the Titans. I think the Titans are still like, to me they're a really they do everything you need to do. They power run the ball. They play a little bit of D. Mm-hmm. They don't turn the ball over a lot. The Colts coming off a win on Monday night, so everybody's high on them. But it was a San Francisco in a slot. Like it was to me, it wasn't an impressive win. It wasn't an impressive win. The Titans, I like the Titans to go on the road and win.
All right,
and win
plus
this
one.
one.
Fair enough. I'll take it. It's not that hard. I mean, the Rams are at the Texans 14.5. They just traded Mark Ingram. They are literally waving the white flag at this point. I don't know, what motivation the Rams have to really put it to them. I don't know that they ain't losing the game, but that's so you got to be up by 21 points at the end there. I got to skip that one. I don't know, the Steelers and the Browns 3.5. That's another tough one.
I almost was thinking take Steelers getting points. I know they're not very good, but either the Browns are banged up. Still no Chubb. Still no Hunt.
Really?
I'm not sure what Mayfield's.
But he's no Mayfield ain't no good anyway.
Right.
Let's take the Steelers plus 3.5. Let's do it.
Fair enough. And what about so the Seahawks look terrible on Monday night, right?
Yeah.
But it's the Jaguars. The Seahawks going to lose 5 in a row at home?
Yeah, I mean, the Jaguars are horrible. Yeah, let's take Seattle minus the 3.
I love taking teams after nationally televised
right,
games. Either they look terrible or they look awesome, and doing the opposite.
It's neither, right? It's neither. KC's lane. Go ahead.
Go ahead. No, I'm just looking. Tampa Bay goes to New Orleans. I really like the Buccaneers, but I'm not touching that. What about your boys? Sunday night game against the Vikings.
I don't know, man. I don't know what's going to happen there. I'm not crazy about the Cowboys minus 1.5 just because Dalvin Cook can run it. Their defense is still. They do turn the ball. They do create turnovers. They really can't stop the run. They give up big plays. I think they give up. They're 31st in the league of passing plays over 20. I think I like the over in that game.
I was 55. Just looking at the overs 55. That's a pretty high number, but I'm okay with going over on that. Let it be a shootout.
Yeah, it is. Yep. And
then
Monday,
the team I'm taking in the survivor pool this week, but I'm a little nervous about it because they've been not playing real well. But it is the Giants, and they're at home on Monday night. The Chiefs, but 9.5 points. That's a lot of damn points.
At 52. I'm still not sold on the Giants. I don't think they have anybody really good. I think Dickie Dimes is okay. Is Barkley playing, and is the kid Tony playing? Is Galladay playing? I mean, if they are, then I would probably take the Giants, to be honest with you. But I don't know. That's where I do like the over in that game too. They're just going to throw it around.
I'll take the. We can go over in that too.
Chiefs. So, and it's plus those Monday night games. Everyone goes over.
Right, and we could take the 9.5 points. I got no problem.
Yeah, take the 10. Yeah, it's 10 here. And then for the survivor, I think in ours, I believe I took the Chargers, but I couldn't have taken. The Rams are a lock. The Bengals are a lock. The Bills are a lock. And then I think I took those 3, so it left me with the Chargers was my only other choice. I do not have faith in the Chiefs to beat the Giants, believe it or not.
Yeah, that's how sad that is.
Yep.
We don't have confidence in the Chiefs to beat the Giants on Monday Night Football at home.
At home. Right.
So at Arrowhead.
Right.
All right, so we got over Arizona. Chargers, Bengals, Titans, Steelers, Seattle. Over Cowboys, over Kansas City, and Giants.
Yep. That's not too bad. That might be our number. What is that? 8?
9 plays.
9. That's our. Yeah, maybe that's it. We got to keep it in single.
9 and 12. We got 21. Lucky 21 plays all together.
That's right. I'm saying 15 and 6. Conservative.
We can do better than that.
Yeah. Conservatively.
Yeah, we can do better than that. 18 and
3.
Whatever. Yeah, 18 and 3.
21.
18 and 3. That'd be a week.
That'd be a hell of a day.
All right. So all right, that's it. Listen, we're gonna get this thing going again. Trying to got out of the momentum a little bit with the week off. Get it going.
We're back, baby. And
we're back.
Heated up.
Devin's gonna tell you about YouTube when we get done. Thank you, John Grow, Lil Saint the Goat, C Really, Wilbur Investigations, Buffalo Grill in Little Rock, Arkansas, MN3 Technologies and Nick Perone, and everyone for listening. Thank you all for listening. Spread the word. Webb, take us out.
Brick by brick, baby. Thanks everybody for listening, and you're welcome.
Hey guys, it's Devin. Make sure you subscribe to the Wager Makers podcast on YouTube, like all their videos, and click that bell so that you turn on your post notifications and you never miss another video.
Welcome to the Wager Makers Podcast with Webb and Smith.
Yeah. Hey, shout out Wager Maker Podcast.
Brick by brick, baby.
Yeah. Yeah.
Here comes the Wager Maker
Here I go.
Express.
I hear y'all sick of losing money cause y'all don't know how to bet. Better hit that Wager Maker Podcast with Smith and Webb. They gon' show y'all how to do this. Take these notes like y'all some students. Y'all can't seem to pick them right? Well, tonight y'all lucky night. It's that Wager Maker Podcast. Wager Maker Podcast. Wager Maker Podcast. Your bookie getting sick cause we built this brick by brick. It's that Wager Maker Podcast. It's that Wager Maker Podcast. It's that Wager Maker Podcast. Come and place your bets with that WM Express. Let's go.